They lived together, traveled together. Some even met the royal family, but they never made it to the altar. These royal relationships lasted for years but ended without a wedding. One couple dated through public pressure and private backlash, only to quietly break up. Another lived together for nearly a decade before walking away. Some were blocked by the palace. Others simply gave up on waiting. So why did these royal couples split after living like they were already married? Here are 12 royals who lived with their partner but never married. At number 12, we have Prince Carl Philip, Sweden's affair with Emma Pernald. They first met through mutual friends during a sailing trip to Irland in 1999. Their relationship became public around 2001, confirmed during a ski trip to Norway. In 2002, they moved in together and even resided in a palace apartment, enjoying a down-to-earth life with the dog. Emma, a PR professional based in Gothenburg and later Stockholm, quickly became well-liked by the royal family. King Carl XVI Gustaf, Queen Sylvia, and both of their daughters adored her. According to Hello magazine, Emma gained recognition as part of the royal inner circle, often vacationing and shopping with Princess Madeline, and was invited to royal events like King Carl XVI Gustaf's 60th birthday. In 2007, the couple reportedly hit a rough patch when Carl Philip moved to the US for his studies, but with encouragement from his sisters, Victoria and Madeline, they stayed together. Then in 2009, after nearly 10 years together, they mutually decided to break up. Emma told Expressen, "We've decided to take a break, refusing to share public specific reasons. The timing coincided with the growing seriousness of Crown Princess Victoria's engagement, placing even more media pressure on Carl Philip and Emma." Sources said the royal family was genuinely sad about the split, meaning the relationship didn't end in a marriage. At number 11, we have Prince Dmitry of Yugoslavia's affair with Carla Bruni. Carried out around 1990 to 1991, when Carla was a rising star in the modeling world and Prince Dmitry was in his early 30s. It was a light, possibly casual romance, not a highly publicized or serious partnership. It's listed as a brief relationship on dating tracker sources. However, they did live together for some time. There are no interviews, personal statements, or detailed anecdotes from either side. Given Carla's high-profile dating, this liaison remains one of her more discreet early relationships. The princeship of Dmitry was not a major draw for tabloids, so their time together didn't gain much media traction compared to Carla's other high-profile relationships. They broke up because she was known for not staying long in one relationship during that phase of life. On the other hand, Prince Dmitry was focusing on his gemology career at term. There are no tabloids, interviews, or scandals, so this breakup was probably calm, mutual, and drama-free, we imagine. After this short romance with Carla Bruni, Prince Dmitry doubled down on his career in New York. He wasn't crying in a palace. The man got busy. He never married, and no high-profile relationships have been documented after Carla. Next, we have Prince Laurent of Belgium's affair with Wendy van Want. According to The Independent, Prince Laurent, nicknamed the Playboy Prince, enjoyed a flamboyant bachelor lifestyle in the 1990s, frequenting high-end parties, luxury cars, and glamorous women. He was seen with models, socialites, and celebrities, with each media mention deepening his reputation as a royal free spirit. His father's 1999 scandal may have overshadowed his exploits, but Belgian tabloids regularly highlighted Laurent hanging out with elites at events and beachside clubs. Belgian tabloids nicknamed him the Cursed Prince for his extravagant lifestyle and public gaffes, such as fast driving and controversial environmental comments. Around 1996, he was linked to Wendy van Want, a well-known Belgian singer and model. This relationship marked one of his few public romantic ties before meeting Claire, who later became his wife. They even lived together for a few months. He crossed paths with Claire Combs at a mutual friend's dinner in 2000 and sparked a connection, washing dishes together. Their engagement was announced December 19, 2002. They had been together roughly 2 years by that point. They married April 12, 2003 in Brussels in a civil and church ceremony. Laurent and Claire kept their relationship under the radar, appearing at events together occasionally, but not declaring public coupledom until the engagement itself. His reputation remained that of a charming social butterfly. No secret affairs, just a well-documented playboy lifestyle. Oh, the next three. One called it true love, one didn't even realize it was over, and one lived with a partner no one saw coming. At number 9, we have King Frederick of Denmark, affair with Katia Storkholm. Frederick, in his early 20s and completing military training, began dating Katia, a Danish lingerie model. She became deeply involved in his life, helping to refine his royal speeches and supporting him through his formative military duties. This wasn't a casual fling, it was deep, meaningful, and a relationship that involved living together at a private engagement. According to Trine Villemann's book, 10 N15 Copenhagen K, Frederick proposed, and she accepted, but the relationship remained private, hidden from the public eye. The relationship ended because Queen Margaret II imposed an unspoken rule that heirs marry non-Danish partners. This tradition was used to block the union and ultimately forbid the engagement from proceeding. Villemin reports Frederick was destroyed by the breakup, and that she, as the true love of his life, remains a key non-consummated romance for him. Rumors say Frederick maintained contact with Katia even after marrying Mary, who became later his wife. In 2008, insiders suggested that Mary still broke down in tears over Freddie and never totally moved on. The same biography alleges Mary felt like a third wheel, feeling Frederick's lingering attachment to Katia. Trine Villemin again described Katia as a true love for Frederick's life and described and credited her with boosting his confidence during training. His marriage to Queen Mary put the final nail in that coffin. Next, we have Prince Albert II of Monaco's affair with Claudia Schiffer. They met at star-studded events like the World Music Awards and Monaco's social functions in the early 1990s. In 1993, rumors swirled that Albert had proposed, but Schiffer was clear. At 22, she wasn't ready or planning to marry. In Vanity Fair, Schiffer said she preferred not to discuss the relationship publicly, but admitted living in Monte Carlo made their connection natural. The length of their relationship was about a year of dating and flirting, not a short fling, as they lived together for some time. However, both downplayed the seriousness. Albert said he took her on a few dates, and Claudia emphasized her youth and disinterest in rushing to marriage. Their pairings drew intense media attention, and sources suggested Albert and Schiffer herself felt overwhelmed by the spotlight. Prince Albert later downplayed the relationship. He said, "I was never romantically involved with her. The high visibility scared me." He described it as, quote, "just a couple of dates," and said that he was wary because he'd been burned a few times. Rumors swirled that his father, Prince Rainier III, or figures like Karl Lagerfeld, orchestrated the match for publicity, but Albert denied any such setup. The media frenzy and glare around their pairing reportedly weighed heavily on both of them. Albert later went on to marry South African Olympic athlete Charlene Whitstock. At number 7, we have Princess Mabel of Orange-Nassau's affair with Bosnian UN Ambassador Mohamed Sicherbi, Bosnia's former UN ambassador, and shared what was described as a long, passionate, heated affair with Mabel Weiss-Schmidt, later Prince Mabel of Orange-Nassau. Their relationship unfolded in the early 1990s, deeply entangled with Mabel's humanitarian work during the Balkan crisis. The two connected in 1993 while Mabel was interning with the United Nations. She later accompanied Mohamed to Dalton Conference in 1995. They even lived together for a few months. Their romance ran parallel to her activism. Mabel co-founded the European Action Council for Peace in the Balkans, aiming to stabilize the region. However, their history returned to the spotlight in 2003 during the Dutch media scandal dubbed Mabelgate, alongside her prior acquaintance with controversial figure Klaus Bruinsma. Mabel's relationship with Sicherbi raised red flags within the Dutch government. Officials accused her of providing, quote, incomplete and incorrect disclosures about her past, casting doubt on her suitability to marry the Prince of the Netherlands. Despite intense media scrutiny, no concrete legal evidence linked her to any wrongdoing. Still, the controversy had real consequences. Prince Friso was forced to forfeit his claim to the throne in order to marry her. In 2004, the couple wed without formal parliamentary approval, sealing one of the Dutch royal family's most unconventional love stories. Now, it starts to get messy. One royal was forced to choose, another publicly warned, and one had to walk away from the crown. Next, we have King Philippe VI of Spain's affair with Eva Sano. They reportedly met by chance in Madrid in 1996 when Philippe was around 28 and Eva was 21. They officially were seen together from 1998 to 2001, making it roughly a 3 to 5 year romance. Their relationship went public in late 2000, including a skiing trip to the Alps and even a date to Taj Mahal December 2000. Their relationship flourished when they lived together. Eva's background as a foreign model who did lingerie and lingerie ads triggered outrage among conservative factions in Spain, including monarchists who feared a tainted royal image. These concerns intensified after provocative photo shoots, which spurred public debate and concern about the monarchy's reputation. It's widely reported that King Juan Carlos I intervened, pushing Philippe to end the relationship and to widely protect the monarchy's image and public support. According to The Telegraph, Philippe and Eva issued a joint statement in December 2001 calling an end to the relationship. In 2021, in an interview, Eva expressed relief at not becoming queen, calling royal life, quote, exhausting and, quote, full of limitations. She stated the paparazzi's intrusion wore her down. Eva also revealed personal details. A private photo album was stolen. They traveled together to India, and Philippe even advised her her to stop keeping a diary to avoid leaks. Philippe later went on to marry journalist Letizia Oritz Rocasolano. At number 5, we have King William Alexander the Netherlands affair with Emily Bremmers. They met in London University in the mid-1990s. He studied history, she studied law. It was like the beginning of a rom-com, and they kept things low-key as student sweethearts. Their romance lasted from 1994 until May or September 1998, roughly 4 years. They appeared publicly at events like Queen Beatrix's 60th birthday ball in January 1998. They also lived together for a few months. In January 1995, while en route to a ski trip in Germany, their Volvo was involved in a dangerous crash, colliding with a truck. Both walked away uninjured, but the incident made headlines and officially revealed their relationship. Emily, the daughter of an orthodontist, faced intense scrutiny. Her father was labeled a tax dodger and social climber, fueling hostility from the press and palace alike. Though Queen Beatrix initially accepted Emily, she even appeared at a birthday ball. By 1988, the palace withheld public acknowledgement when tabloids wanted comment. The Belgian paper Het Laatste Nieuws called the situation a forbidden love, blaming media frenzy and royal disapproval. In September 1998, the relationship ended quietly and without palace fanfare. Emily herself confirmed the split after persistent press pressure. William Alexander stated it was for the best for both of them, while Emily later asked the media to respect her privacy. In accordance to CBS News, William Alexander met Maxima Sorguta in spring 1999, and they married in 2002, and he hasn't publicly acknowledged Emily ever since. Next, we have Crown Princess Victoria of Sweden's affair with Daniel Corlett. Victoria's relationship with Daniel was her first true love from her teenage years to adulthood. Victoria and Daniel first became friends at Inquilda Gymnasiet in about 1990, and their relationship blossomed around 93 and 94 when Victoria was about 15 and Daniel was 16. They broke up briefly in 1996 when Victoria finished high school. During their separation, she briefly dated Savant Tregner, a close friend of Daniel's. In 1998, Victoria moved to the United States to study at Yale and receive treatment for her eating disorder. Daniel accompanied her to New York, enrolled in Columbia and Lee Strasberg Film and Theater Institute. Their relationship resumed and became public when they started living together. In September 2000, Victoria confirmed their relationship publicly during Expo 2000. Swedish media reported on Colette as Victoria's support during recovery, but also criticized him for indulging a party lifestyle, though others noted he was grounded and driven. In August 2001, Daniel announced a much-needed pause, emphasizing their strong bond, but acknowledging peer pressure. Their romance officially ended in 2001. He returned to Sweden in 2002, pursued film production, and later chose a more private life, settling in Östermalm with his son from a subsequent relationship. On the other hand, Victoria married her trainer, Olaf Daniel Wessling, later in life. The next three, a royal wedding fell apart, one exposed palace secrets, and one walked away after 10 years of waiting. At number 3, we have Princess Madeleine of Sweden's affair with Jonas Bergström. They met in 2002 via mutual friends and began dating that same year. Jonas, born in 1979, was a Stockholm-based lawyer from Djursholm. After 7 years living together, Jonas proposed in June 2009 during a trip to Capri. The engagement was publicly announced the 11th of August 2009 by the royal court with the government's approval and a celebratory dinner at the palace. According to Hello magazine, the wedding was initially scheduled for late 2010, but after Crown Princess Victoria's June 2010 wedding, plans were postponed. At the time, Queen Sylvia stated the delay was due to the busy royal schedule. However, Norwegian media soon reported that Jonas allegedly had an affair in April 2009, the ski resort with a Norwegian handball star Tor Upstrom Berg. She claimed they spent the night together, unaware of his identity. On the 24th of April 2010, with intense press scrutiny and scandal swirling, the royal court officially announced that Madeleine and Jonas had decided to go their separate ways by mutual agreement. Madeleine promptly flew to New York, where she later worked for the World Childhood Foundation. She described the breakup as, quote, very private and difficult, compounded by relentless media attention. Madeleine relocated to New York after the split, dove into charity work, and met Christopher O'Neill, whom she later married the 8th of June 2013. Next, we have Lady Gabriella Windsor's affair with Atish Tashir. According to The Telegraph, they began dating around 2003 when Gabriella was studying at Brown University in the US, and Atish was working at Time magazine after graduating from Amherst College. It became a 3-year romance, with them attending London charity events, royal galas, and university internships together. Gabriella's mother, Princess Michael, reportedly described Atish as, quote, one of the most handsome men I've ever seen, and Atish casually shared stories of life at Kensington Palace and Buckingham Palace. The pair was spotted swimming in the Queen's pool and taking MDMA at Windsor Castle, as revealed by Atish in a 2018 Vanity Fair article. They also briefly lived together. Their relationship ended in October 2006, reportedly because Atish wanted Gabriella to move to India with him, but she refused. A spokesman for Princess Michael confirmed the split while emphasizing mutual respect and enduring affection. In 2018, Atish published a revealing essay in Vanity Fair titled Race and the Royals, an outsider's view inside Kensington Palace, revisiting their wild days and alleging the unruly lives of the royals. His article also touched on Princess Michael's alleged bad comments and the insular high society life around Prince Michael of Kent. Buckingham Palace and the Kent family declined to comment, while friends dismissed some of the claims as, quote, fiction. Gabriella later went on to marry Thomas Kingston. And at number 1, we have Princess Beatrice of York's affair with Dave Clark. Introduced by William during a group gathering, Clark was a student on a study abroad program from the US at the University of Edinburgh, and they became a serious couple in 2006, supporting each other publicly, from Fashion Week front rows to running in the 2010 London Marathon. When Clark then took a role at Uber, Beatrice relocated twice to San Francisco, then New York, also landing jobs in finance and consulting. Their deep support for each other earned them the nickname Mr. Smiley and highlighted their bond when they were living together. According to People magazine, they announced their split in August 2016 after nearly a decade. A friend confirmed it was mutual, needing space after much long commitment. Beatrice reportedly asked Clark to propose, and when he didn't, she chose to end it. Prince William was said to disapprove of Clark, even omitting him from his own 2011 wedding guest list. Dave Clark moved on quickly, engaging to Lynn Anderson in May 2017 and marrying her in July 2018 in Italy. Beatrice stayed in New York for a while post-breakup, working in finance and consulting. Their split was amicable, though they eventually drifted apart. Princess Beatrice and Dave Clark shared a deep, decade-long bond from global events to life transitions in the US. Their relationship ended amicably after Beatrice sought commitment, which didn't materialize. And with this, we end today's video, and we commit to be back with a new video shortly. Until then, happy watching. Do subscribe to our channel if you still haven't.